Hey, what's up? So for the first time in I don't know how many years, probably ever actually, I'm actually excited for a Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy 15 looks pretty cool. Played the demo, thought it was a bit different, but really enjoyed it. Like the mechanics, looking forward to playing the actual game. I never thought I'd say it about a Final Fantasy game because they were just never really made for me or really caught my interest. However, when I was young, I remember flipping through channels and coming upon something that at the time blew my mind. It was a movie that I was like, oh, Final Fantasy, I know that. Clicked on, I was like, oh, I didn't know they made a live action Final Fantasy. It had my mind blown because, of course, it wasn't a live action. It was 3D modeling, and this was back when I was little, so it blew my mind. So I had to get it, and I'm going to talk about it now. Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within.
Where are we?
I'm not sure.
Spirits Within, not necessarily a typical story, but Earth is infested with these malevolent spirits, basically, and they're trying to figure out a way to get rid of them. And so, of course, you have the people who are trying to find a proactive way to get rid of them without destroying stuff, and you have people touting the Zeus cannon, this giant beam that will wipe them out, and other people going, oh no, we'll wipe them out because look, we did a test over here, and the tests show that when you kill one of them, you have to follow it all the way down to the root to really kill it, but the further you follow them down, the more that will come up, making it kind of impossible. All about Gaia theory and all this stuff. Really, the plot is kind of like any Final Fantasy thing I've ever watched or played or read. It's extremely convoluted, yet very simple at the same time. You have a simple thorough line of they are trying to find these 8 spirits to essentially find a cure and find out what's going on, where these spirits come from, what is going on with them. But you have a lot of other stuff thrown in there to make it feel very complicated. It's really not that bad. You can follow along the story pretty well. But when this movie came out, and watch it now, the focus was never really story. It's about the graphics, the 3D graphics, which a lot of films have done since, but no one I can think of really tried to capture photorealism like this film did. This film tried its best to capture a photorealistic version of a human. And at the time when it came out, like I just said at the beginning of the intro, it blew my mind. I really thought I was looking at real people, and wow. As technology advances, as I've aged, of course, it doesn't hold up to that point, but it actually holds up pretty well. The phantoms and spirits look a little bit every now and then, but it is still really fun, actually. I really enjoyed it, watched it. It's a film that I feel like a lot of people have kind of stopped talking about or caring about, maybe because they knew all the, because of Advent Children, new Final Fantasy's coming out, and of course the new Final Fantasy film coming out, which made me want to talk about this one, Kingsglaive, whatever it is. It's coming out September 30th, same day as 15. Anyway, highly recommend at least checking it out if you're a fan at all. If you're a fan, you probably already have. It's worth, you can probably buy it on cheap if you found it. I think I bought it for like $5 at a retail store. Wow, those exist still. Fun little CGI film. One that I think deserves more credit than it gets. It is a fun film. It has a fun story. It actually has some interesting points to that story. Is it amazing or a breakthrough and everything? No, at the time it was a breakthrough, yeah. Also a film that lost a ton of money because they put so much in trying to make the CG look real. For that alone, I think it's worth checking out. Yeah, tell me below if you've seen it, what you thought of it. After checking it out, probably 12 years after I saw it first, still really enjoyed it. Kind of surprised me on that aspect. So tell me what you thought of it in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. See you guys in another video.